Hello, this is JessicaCross from JessicaCross ASMR and JessicaCross journals and lots of other stuff. If you want to know more about me, it's down in the description box. And today is a full moon. I hope you don't mind me not being on camera. I haven't been feeling like being on camera lately. So if you miss me, I do have something special coming for the summer solstice in about a week, and so you will see lots of me. But for today, for the full moon, I wanted to do a healing, an energy healing, and I figure my hands are more important for that than my face. And I didn't want to put any makeup on. So you're going to see my hands, a little bit of my feet, and tarot cards for a reading at the end. So the full moon is usually a culmination of things that you've been working on or looking for, or trying to understand. And in order to best use that energy, you need to be balanced and healed and whole to the best of our ability. We're always a work in progress. So what I wanted to do for you today is a healing, an energy healing, a chakra balancing, so that you can use this full moon energy and really absorb and take in everything that the moon has to give. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full moon reading with my Tarot of Bones. So I purchased this bag from Lupa Greenwolf, who sent me the Tarot of Bones. And it's a beautiful bag that my beautiful cards fit in, and I will do a full moon spread for all of us to find the energy of this full moon. It is a Sagittarius full moon for those of you who follow astrology, but I thought for the first one of these, hopefully I will do more of them, that I would do a general full moon spread for those of you who don't know much about astrology and would just like to learn what the energies of the full moon are, as I know a lot of people don't know that. So I'm going to start us off with the energy healing. So I want you to get comfortable and take a few deep breaths, pulling the energy in, letting the energy out, letting the truck go by. And we're going to start off with your root chakra. So I will place my hands on either side of your hips. Your root chakra is a red disc right at the base of your tailbone. It controls issues of your body, as well as safety and security. So I find when I'm having physical issues, it tends to be in this root chakra that I see the issue. And the nice thing about this energy healing is we can pull up the energy from the earth. So picture this bright white light coming up from the earth below you and just blasting this red disc right at your tailbone, and just bringing that bright white light to your root chakra and brightening it up and clearing away any blockages that you might have. Very good. Nice. So we're just letting that energy from the earth heal us and bring support from the energy all around us, and especially from the earth and from Gaia. All right, I'm going to spin that chakra. And we're moving up to your sacral chakra, which is an orange disc, about an inch below your navel. It is about the things that you create and bring into this world. So it may be fertility, it may be children, or it may also be projects. It may also be relationships that you cultivate. It may be creative endeavors. There are lots of different aspects that the sacral chakra can control. And we're going to pull up that energy again from the earth, up through your root chakra to your sacral chakra, just blasting this orange disc with this healing light, clearing away any cobwebs, any blockages, anything that may be keeping the energy from flowing freely. And just letting that healing energy just do all the work. There's no work on our part. Okay, and then spinning that disc and moving up to your solar plexus. This is a yellow disc right at the base of your rib cage. It's issues of power and control. So it's finding what you actually have control over and what you do not have control over, and releasing the desire to control everything and taking our power back where we do have control and not allowing ourselves to give it away. So I want you to just take a few deep breaths, my hands on either side, the base of your rib cage, and pull that energy up from the earth through your root chakra, sacral chakra, to your solar plexus, and just blast that chakra. Let Mother Earth give you the healing power that you need right now, where you may be feeling like you are lacking power. The earth has more than enough to share. Good. Just brightening up that disc and then spinning that disc and moving up to your heart chakra, which is right where your heart is. It is a green disc right in your chest, and it's issues of love. So love of all kinds. So friendships, relationships, family, love of ourselves, past heartbreak, all of that can reside in this chakra. And so we're going to pull up that energy from the earth, root, sacral, solar plexus, blasting that heart, feeling that warmth through your chest. It's as if you're receiving a hug from the earth. The energy wants to support you. It wants to cradle you and care for you. You just have to open up and let it in. And feel that warmth in your chest as that bright light just clears out anything that it can. It may take more than one listen to help with certain chakras that are very blocked. Luckily, you can use this over and over if you feel like you need the support. Beautiful. Let's spin that chakra. All right, and let's move up to your throat chakra. This is a blue disc right at your throat. It's issues of communication. It's also issues of speaking your truth, setting your boundaries, knowing your truth and being able to vocalize that to others, feeling confident in who you are and able to defend your own position, being able to say no when you need to say no, and being able to help others when you have the ability and the strength to help others. So pull that energy up from the earth through your root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, and just blasting that throat chakra, bringing in that beautiful energy from the earth as they help you to clarify your mind, be able to say what needs to be said, and maybe hold your tongue with what does not need to be said, with what is judgmental, with what is thinking we have all the answers when maybe we don't, when it may just be time for silence instead of trying to connect just through words. Some of what I hope to do with this video is to be able to connect with you. And I know that's often through words, but I'm also trying to send my energy your way to connect with each and every one of you. Beautiful. And spinning that chakra and moving up to your third eye chakra, which is right in between your eyebrows in the center of your skull where your pineal gland is. And this is your intuition. This is your inner wisdom. This is that voice that speaks to you that you may not always listen to or you may not always hear, and clearing away the cobwebs so that you can hear it and that you know it is not fear speaking. It is not what you've been taught that is speaking. It is your own inner wisdom. And that is an indigo disc. And we're going to pull up the source energy from the earth and just allow it to clear out the cobwebs. You may not have used your intuition in a long time, but it's there. And it's just being able to listen for it. So pulling up that source energy through your root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, up through your third eye chakra, clearing out any blockages, getting the energy moving so that you can hear that wisdom, so that you can hear what you know to be true, what is right and wrong, when the end does not justify the means. We know that. We just have to listen. We have to know what is important and what our priorities are and follow that. And really seek out that knowledge, that deeper truth, that collective consciousness that we are all born with. Okay, and moving up, spin that. And we are now going to move up to your crown chakra on the top of your head. It is a violet disc that just touches the top of your head. And it is your connection to the energies that are outside of you. So it may be your connection to God, if that is your belief. Maybe your connection to spirit, to energies. I think it's been scientifically proven that we are all energy. So there's a good chance there's energies outside of us that we cannot see, that we do not understand, that influence the way we live. And so whatever it is that you believe, even if it's just in your own inner knowing, I'm going to pull that source up, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, up to your crown chakra, that violet disc connecting you to all that's around you using the senses we do not understand to connect with what is out there. And I do believe that there are energies all around us. And it's one of the reasons why I feel this full moon does bring us new energies, new feelings. Anyone who has ever worked in social services or healthcare knows that everything changes on the full moon. And it has been seen enough that I wholeheartedly believe it to be true. So there's something out there that we don't understand. And hopefully we can use that energy today and tonight to move us in the right direction. Beautiful. Let's spin that final chakra. And now we are filled up with this white light from the earth. And now we're going to pull down this silvery light from the moon. And it's a little bit more powerful. It's not quite as gentle as the power from the earth. So it should clear out any remaining blockages that we have. And we're going to pull it down through our crown chakra, through our third eye, through our throat, through our heart, through our solar plexus, through our sacral chakra, down to our root chakra. And now our body is filled with this white light from the earth and this silvery light from the moon above. And it fills our body. And we're going to turn it blue for peace. And let that peace just invade every cell in your body. Take that support from the moon above and from the earth below. And just let it permeate every cell with this peace and support. And then we're going to send that out to your aura all around you. So it's like an egg surrounding you, cradling you, supporting you. We're going to send that energy out, this blue light. So now it not only fills your body, but it surrounds you with a barrier of peace that helps protect you and helps heal you. Now we're going to send that out even farther and let that energy go out to your home, to your work, to the people around you, to your family, to your friends, to your pets, to anyone you interact with on a regular basis. Just sending that out so that it surrounds you like this bubble and you walk in peace wherever you go. Now finally, we're going to send it out even farther. And now it is going out to all of the paths that we may take in the future. There are infinite possibilities ahead of us. And I want you to send that light out so that our paths are graced with peace. And that our choices, while maybe not always easy, will always give us the lessons that we need to learn. And that, my friends, is your full moon healing. And it has hopefully opened you up to allow all of the beauty of this full moon to enter your body, to heal you, to bring you new opportunities, new joys. And now I will do a full moon reading with my beautiful cards. And let you know the energies that will be coming with this full moon and what you should look for. Again, the way the cards, the details of the cards will be different for each of us, but hopefully they will give you some guidance as to where to look for the energies to be coming from during this full moon. Okay, so I'm going to try to lay this out so that you have the correct view. Okay. So that's the first card, the Chariot. Oh, nice. 10 of Pentacles is our second card. Our third card is the Knight of Swords. Good, because I like Lupa's interpretations of the Court cards, so I will read that to you. I am loving working with these cards. The Ace of Swords. I'll move that up there. Oh, the Devil. I have pulled the Devil today already. Actually, I want that there. Okay. And 6, and I will tell you what each of these cards stand for and what they mean. So the 8 of Pentacles, which I have also pulled today. The King of Pentacles. I have not pulled the King of Pentacles yet today. And I will try to show you the cards closer to the camera. The Magician. Very good. Okay. And finally, I've pulled this like 3 times today, the 8 of Wands. So there must be a lot of 8 of Wands energy going on at this time. Okay, so our first card is the Chariot. What mystery does the moon reflect? So with the Chariot card, the Chariot card can mean a lot of different things. So let me read you what Lupa's interpretation of the Chariot card is, and then I'll give you my own. So Lupa says, when the Chariot is in my reading, it's time for me to collaborate. Interesting. That's not an interpretation I use at all. I start thinking of people who are on a similar wavelength, where we can have mutual gain from working together. On our own, we can do only so much. As a team, we can accomplish so much more. So for some of you, this full moon may be a time of collaboration. I will tell you my own interpretation of the Chariot. So the Chariot for me is always, it's a chariot that's not yet moving. So it is, the ideas are ready to go, and now you need to start moving forward. So the way I would interpret this on what mystery does the moon reflect is that it's time to go. You've done what you needed to do, and again, that also plays into the collaboration aspect. So you've done the planning work. So there may be something you've been working on, something you've been thinking about, something you've been kind of in the planning stages of. Friday is the day to start moving on this. The energy is with you if you do. And who looks at the moon and thinks of me? So it's interesting because it's the 10 of Pentacles. So it really means that everything is coming up roses for you. So who looks at the moon and thinks of me? I would think exactly the person you want to be thinking of you with the 10 of Pentacles. It may also be, Pentacles is often work-related. It's often financial. So it may be a boss that's thinking of you at this time. It may be someone who is going to have a good work opportunity available for you, who is thinking of you at this time. What hidden truth does the moonlight illuminate? the Knight of Swords. So stuff is moving. Stuff is getting ready to go. So let me read you her interpretation of the Knight of Swords, because I really like the way she interprets the court cards. Again, because for me, the court cards are usually not a person. It's usually an aspect of myself. So, bold and brash, hot-headed and hasty, the Knight of Swords is quick to attack and slow to apologize. He doesn't care whether he or anyone else is injured in the process, so long as he can claim yet another victory. Thusly, he has earned a fearsome reputation, though he may have few friends at the end of the day. I often see the Knight of Swords as a sign that I am becoming too aggressive. Okay, so what may be illuminated is it may be a person. So there may be somebody who is maybe trying to control you or being too forceful, or who is stepping on your boundaries. Or it may also be you. And since you have something in the works that you're going to start, make sure that you are making your moves out of love. And that, again, you do not want the end to justify the means. So you need to be working ethically in whatever project you are starting. And this moon may show that maybe some of the ideas you had were not terribly ethical. And you can still move forward, but you need to make those changes. Okay. Am I comfortable reflecting the light of others? Oh, beautiful. Ace of Swords. So am I comfortable reflecting the light of others? Ace of Swords to me would mean yes, but let's see what... When this card comes up in my readings, I see it not only as a new opportunity, but more importantly, the conscious choice to act upon the idea or ignore it. Remember, you've got this new idea. The Ace of Swords is a card of discernment and caution, as well as of attending to important details from the very beginning. It's especially crucial to situations where I may need to detangle confusing information or make sure all of the facts are clear before proceeding. So I think definitely yes. You are, if this new plan means collaboration and that you can really help showcase another person, you're ready to go. Devil. Okay. So this is, how do I affect the world with my presence? So with the Devil, that question is very interesting, because the Devil for me is almost always about addiction. So in this case, the Devil for you may be great. This is a lion skull, by the way. You may be addictive to people. This plan, whatever you have, if it's to serve the public or if it's to bring in new clients or whatever, it may be something that people are tremendously drawn to, and not necessarily in a bad way, but it's just very, very appealing to people. So I hope that's what that means. Let me read her interpretation, because I think hers is a little bit different, and it may help for people that what I said did not just resonate with. Again, there's going to be a lot of people who watch this, so obviously your interpretation is going to be the correct one, and hopefully you know what situation is coming up. One of the main themes of the Devil is abuse of authority and addiction to power. Okay, so you may be a very powerful person, and you may want to be very careful that you don't abuse that power. You may have the ability to. So again, I mean, the fact that you're powerful and that you draw people in is a good thing for your project. You just want to make sure that you are doing it ethically, as we said before. You know, this all needs to be ethical. And you need to make sure that you are making decisions for the right reasons. Now, if you don't, it will probably work anyway, but that's still not a good plan for your own karma. Okay. What lies at the heart of my truth? So the Eight of Pentacles, which is about the details. It's about making sure that you know exactly what you're working on and you have your ducks in a row, which I think you do, but you want to make sure that they may need a little bit of altering so that you don't push too hard or make decisions you will regret that might hurt people. So just make sure the details are really set. What cycle am I experiencing? Ooh, the King of Pentacles. Well, that's a beautiful cycle to be experiencing. Let me read her interpretation of the King of Pentacles. When this card comes up in my reading, I'm reminded strongly of the sources of my own prosperity and those I rely on to survive. I may also be called on to be the financial backbone for a while, using my skills and privilege to help others. There is wisdom and knowledge in being able to pay the bills for so long, and those who have are called to share with those who have not, whether that's material wealth or the ability to acquire it. Okay, so what that tells me is some of these decisions that might be a bit too aggressive and that you might regret, maybe because you're feeling like you need to really bring home the bacon. And obviously money is important. Obviously it helps us to feel secure and survive. But when you look back on this project, you do not want to have these regrets that you took advantage of people. And this project can be done. And you got the Ten of Pentacles here. You've got other really good cards here. This can be done without stepping on people. And the money will come in. It may not be as much, but money is not everything. And regrets are a lot more important than money. So obviously you don't want people, you don't want your family to starve, but you can make ethical decisions and still make a living. All right, I am eager to see what this Magician is. To what place am I transitioning? Oh, so the Magician is about you have all the skills that you need. So again, this just reiterates what I've been saying. You can do this. You have the skills, the talent, the ability to do this without having to step on other people. You do not need to be cutthroat. You can be caring and loving, and still you've got all the skills. You've got everything that you need. You're the Magician. Let me read her interpretation a little bit too, just in case there's somebody that doesn't resonate with. But the Magician's a pretty positive card for that. Okay, indeed the Magician is the card of using what is at your disposal to the best advantage. It often encourages me to claim my power and my competence, saying that I am already prepared to move forward and need only to place things into motion through my own decisions. Okay, so yep, you're ready to go. Again, you just don't want to go too far. And the Eight of Wands. So let's do her interpretation of the Eight of Wands. I've read this a few times today, but I like it. So with the Eight of Wands, progress is the name of the game here. The Eight of Wands is full of energy, speed, and forward motion. So the Eight of Wands is actually a really easy card, and it is what wondrousness lurks in the shadows. And basically, what wondrousness lurks in the shadows for this full moon, this is all going to happen real fast, babe. So this is energy of movement. So it was the correct interpretation of the Chariot. The Chariot is not saying that you need to wait and you're stalled. The Chariot is saying you've been planning, it's time to go, and it is going to happen fast, and it is going to be awesome. As long as you heed the warnings. It may not be awesome if you decide to step all over people, and if you decide that the need for wealth is so important that you are willing to hurt others or manipulate others or take advantage of others in order to get there. So there will be few obstacles, but you do need to hear the warnings. So I think this full moon for all of us, hopefully you know what this project is. Hopefully there's something in the works. It doesn't need to be starting a new career. It can be a hobby. It can be, a lot of times this is psychological for me. So it may be a new thought. So I've been doing a lot of reading on Buddhism, and a lot of my readings lately, my tarot readings, have been about new Buddhist ideas that I am investigating and how they're changing the way I think and the way I behave. And so a lot of times this doesn't have to be, I have a new project at work and my boss is going to give me a raise, and I could be really mean to the people who work for me, and I could collaborate with other people, or I could be a really bad guy. And, you know, there's a lot of details in this new job, and I'm going to make more money for my family, and I'm really talented, and I've worked really hard for this, and it's all going to happen fast. That can be this because the Chariot is an important card. But it could also be, I've really been thinking about taking a meditation class. And so I'm just going to do it. And I really like the guru at this meditation class, or the teacher at this meditation class, or, and I'm just going to keep quiet, and I'm just going to listen. And even if I don't believe in everything, I'm just going to listen and see what's said. And, maybe I'll meet some new people in that group. And I don't need to be in charge of anything. I don't need to say much of anything. I just need to follow the directions. And this will make me a happier person who brings more to my family in terms of my ability to listen to others, ability to be happy. And I do have the skills. It may be hard sometimes to sit in meditation, but I can do it. And maybe it'll come easier than I think it will. So it doesn't have to be something huge and radical. I mean, meditation can be life-changing, but it can be just a change in thought, can be a change in some sort of relationship. So look out for what this is in your life, and have a wonderful full moon. No matter what you do, this is a time of blessings. So keep your eyes open for the blessings you already have. Don't ignore what is wonderful in your life. Don't put your happiness on hold because of your goals, because of the things that you might want to have change. This is still a wonderful time. So you need to take the blessings that come, keep your eyes open for them, but know that you are enough right now. This is enough right now. It can get better, and you can work on it to get better, but you can still be happy right now. So, I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful full moon. Thank you for joining me. And if you're interested in the Tarot of Bones, I don't want to forget that, I'll put the link to her website down in the description box, along with my Spotify account. Spotify, if you guys are missing my role plays, I put a lot of role plays with no video on Spotify. So check them out. I also put role plays with video on Patreon. And a lot of them you don't have to be a Patreon member to view. But I just haven't been feeling YouTube for a little while. So a lot of them went on Patreon. But you can still see them. they're just unlisted on YouTube. So check out all those links below, and I love you guys, and I will see you later.